Hello everyone, and welcome back to Blood Moon! Now, I did a lot of wandering between videos, and it took me a while to find this bugger. See, I think to look slightly outside of the settlement. This guy, Garnas Uvalen. He's the final guard, and you want all three guards because he'll make your life easier later on. In fact, very soon later on in this video. Also, you get paid depending on number of guards. If you bring in one guard, 500 coin. 2 guards, 750 coin. 3 guards, 1000 coin. Yay! Alright, here we go. Now if we ask them for an assignment, we hear it will take a few days for the guards to get trained up and back to speed. Let's go nap near Wolf and Bear Rock. I nap on top of it, but frankly, we've already seen why that isn't really a valid option. As apparently Solstime's wildlife has learned the fell art of teleportation. You know, people keep asking me that, but really, are they trying to figure it out experimentally? Like, how does it feel to know death is in the air? Is that a rhetorical question for themselves? Because they keep attacking me and it keeps not working. Like, it keeps really not working. Food for thought. Yeah, I know it's because of auto lines, but... Oh, something's interrupted my rest. Plague Wolf. I don't really understand why they put a lot of work into making diseases on Solstheim. Like, I know that makes it more immersive, because, well... Logically, you wouldn't get the same biological evolution on an island as on a continent. Also, this wall is built. Don't ask me why. It barely closes off any of the colony. Really, the wall should extend around the whole damn thing. That's not really a major strategic point, though I suppose it doesn't have watchtowers, so maybe that's the reasoning? It's an interesting bit of thought, really, the tactical and strategic situation of Raven Rock, though it's really more tactical than strategic. Honestly, it's not even operational half the time. Flat out tactical. Ah! We want to talk to Falco! I want to save before this. That may sound weird, but I want to save before this. Because otherwise, because if Falco isn't right here, it can be a bit, well, buggy. Not bug-y. Bug-y. Is, I guess you would say that mistype. I'm gonna ask you to stay close to me for a while. I've heard rumors that I'm to be assassinated. As you can imagine, I'd like to prevent that. I'm very experienced in dealing with assassins, sir. I kill off most of the Dark Brotherhood. That means I'm very experienced in it. Also, you know, they kept really sending assassins after me, and it didn't really work. It's not that I value my own life so highly, but that without me here, there will be no one to directly oppose Carnius's actions. Do I not exist anymore, or do you just not trust me to wander off in pursuit of a random shiny thing that I see in the distance? Because that's probably accurate, honestly. Just stay close for a while, we'll figure out what's going on soon enough. Alright. It'll take about 30 seconds to a minute for the attack to happen, because there is an attack. Falco is not paranoid. There should be 3 attackers, 2 with bows and 1 with the sword. I'm trying to get one of them, you retarded buffoon. One with the bow is being chased off. Now, if you get all 3 guards, it's a pretty easy fight. Because you'll have numerical superiority and qualitative superiority. As you can see, this guy has dire viper arrows and a steel longbow, but he's mostly wearing net leather, which isn't very good. I mean, it's okay light armor, but eh. That guy has a silver longsword, and let's go find where the guards chased off the final corpse to. A bow mold longbow, actually better than a steel bow. Because 1 to 25 damage versus 1 to 30 damage, I know which one of those I'm picking every time. However, leather doesn't really beat steel. Occasionally Falco will be wandering around here, in which case it'll get a bit glitchy. If that happens, just reload the game. Don't worry about it, okay? Falco is also decently armed and equipped himself. Now, you get very nice loot out of this. 10 exclusive restore healths and an ice shield. The ice shield I don't care about, because it's medium armor, even if it looks bling as hell. Seriously, look at that. Looks like something you'd see out of the Lich King. But I don't want it, because it's medium armor. And of course, 10 exclusive restore healths. Come on, I can't pass that up. However, this trader is going to get a nice shield. A very nice shield, indeed. Can I eke 4 more gold out of you? In fact, don't I have some things I could sell you? Always looking to lighten my inventory a little. Alright, and he equips it too. Common sense. Alright. Assignments! You've done more than enough for now. You've kept me from being assassinated, and I can't thank you enough. You had numbers of the assassins. Well, 2 of them had bows, and these guys aren't wearing helmets, so realistically, it'd be something like, sploot, sploot. Ah! Panic, panic! Sploot, sploot. No more panic, because everyone's dead. Well, Morrowind has never been an especially realistic game, really. You may have noticed, but with all the horrible monsters, all wolves being hilariously aggressive, that can be accurate to some regions, depending on how recently humanity colonized that region. As ones that have been more recently colonized have wolves that didn't deal with humans before we figured out, you know what? That thing tried to kill one of us. We're going to kill its entire family. Spite and retribution, the foundation of wolf breeding. And of a lot of human society in general, I suppose. Anyway, let's rest for 24 hours twice in a row. Again, I could go fetch this Staltream chest, but also I'm just going to be using that trader over there as sort of a dummy, I suppose. Or a model. Saving? My journal has been updated. The wall, unfortunately, is not expanded. I don't believe there are any changes to Raven Rock itself. Which is a pity, but meh. They didn't even clean up the bodies. So I suppose you could attribute that again to game mechanics. Speaking of game mechanics, if you remember the lady we rescued, she has a corpse that does not despawn. In his continuing effort to make life as difficult as possible, Carnius has sent word that several silver longswords has arrived. Okay, those are actually really useful. Because silver weapons count as magic weapons in terms for hitting things, so there's quite a few things around that are kind of hard to hit without magic weapons. He refuses, however, to have them sent out to us. Okay, that's just being a cunt. That's not even being greedy, that's just being a cunt. I'm sorry. Hey, I have these swords! Cool, send them to us! No, go fetch them yourselves! Fine! I'm not walking! I said I'm not walking! No, I'm not walking! Thank you! I wonder if the trap is still there if you don't disarm it manually by stepping on it. Oh, shut up, Antonius! No, it isn't! I don't know that they'll be of much help to the likes of you. I'm not getting these for me. Yeah, if I was being given 3 silver longswords, I'd be very confused. Is there a reason to give someone 3 swords? I can't even wield 2 swords. They had to add that with Skyrim. So, yeah, they're not much help to me. I'm giving them to people, dang it. Understand the concept of generosity. And getting paid. Frankly, I wouldn't do half of this if I didn't get paid. That probably says bad things about me, but I'm going to have some brandy. this solves ethical issues? Getting drunk. Do not actually attempt to solve ethical issues by being drunk, guys. It is not actually how you do this. Well, I'm overweight by a little, so let's dump 3 armorer's hammers. Also, I didn't need to drink the brandy if I was going to get rid of 3 armorer's hammers, but Let's take a boat back and deliver some swords. Bah. Well, whatever. Bask in the sun, take me to Raven Rock, please. Three silver swords, 3 guards. What? 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 Barbarians! Unfortunately, they don't actually change their dialogue about the skull, even if that would be cool. There are 10 skull in here. Or skull. Really, I am? But you're dead, so you're even weaker. Huntsman axe and a set of bear equipment. This is a very good place to get the bear and wolf sets if you don't have them already. Now, there's a snow bear and ice wolf set, which are objectively better, and you get by killing, well, snow bears and ice wolves and bringing them to the Skull Village. Now, you're probably wondering, why would I be bringing things... Oh, by the way, there's an upgraded version of the Huntsman axe, the Huntsman war axe. Didn't expect to run into that. You're probably wondering, why did I bring things to the guys who attacked this colony I've been working so long to build up? Shouldn't I just murder them all for being dicks? Like I do with, like, pretty much everyone who's a dick to me in this game? Well, we'll see why they're attacking. Also, the Skull are actually the main quest. This is a side quest, but it's a very long side quest that doesn't really... it doesn't really narratively fit if you don't, you know, do it first. Also, they'll only have the armor, unfortunately. Don't expect any good loot out of this unless you really like medium armor. I mean, I suppose you can make a few thousand coin with the trader if you're willing to wait long enough and sell all of their equipment, but that'd take forever. It'd take a lot of weight, a lot of trips, and I just can't see enough of a benefit in it for me to care about it. This one has a shield, though. I didn't expect someone to have a shield. Well done, a bear shield. It barely stopped my blow, so... But barely stopping it is enough. Now, when I first played through, I actually wondered if these were Skull that were here because they were really angry about the Stalhrim thing. As you remember that we talked to an exile about the Stalhrim and dealing with it. You know, someone like, the traitor to the clan has communicated with these outsiders. Cleanse, purge, kill! Cleanse, purge, kill! Oh crap! Fur armor is really shit compared to steel! Hide! But no, that isn't it. I don't... You know, people keep asking me that. How does it feel to know death is near? But really, shouldn't I be the one asking that? Not them. The miners are down here. Do they have unique dialogue about the Skull? No, they don't. I believe that's all of them, though, but I'm going to check the abandoned mine shaft just to make very, very sure. And yeah, the routes don't change, which is unfortunate. I wish they did. It'd be a nice way to detail that, yes, you had done something, even if the trees do get cut down. You know, like, they wither a bunch, or they look all gnarled and broken and stuff. You know what I mean? They just look like something that happened. Oh, well. For all the cool things in games, there are always things that aren't cool. Missed opportunities. But you can't blame the devs for not taking every opportunity because this is a ginormous game. It's basically like saying, yes, I'd like eating cake, and then being offered the entire cake production of the United States for a year. Even no matter how much you like cake, you're not eating that much cake. Right, I forgot about that. Right, you are supposed to loot the corpses. Apologies, I need to go back. Don't I look smart? But yes. One of these corpses should have something on it. Come on, where are you? I think it's in that last group of 3, but I don't actually remember for certain. My narrative sense tells me it's in the last group of 3, as it is a plot important item. And this thus would be at the end of the dungeon. That's how you know plot important items generally work in games. Toralf, who has wolf armor to make him stick out. Good way to deal with it. Land somewhere northeast of the colony. Wait until I have left the site. They explicitly made instructions for this attack when I wasn't here. I feel honored. They're so worried about me they thought 10 men couldn't fight me in an open battle. I mean, they couldn't, so I suppose it's reasonable, but still. It's a good testament. It's a good way to nod that, yes, the player character really is that powerful, and it's not just game mechanics letting you butcher everything in your path. The Red Guard can be identified based on descriptions previously provided, like the big, stupid yellow robe, the flaming sword, the giant silver shield, the fact that he's wearing a skull as a helmet. The mismatched pauldrons are also a good hint. Basically, the man has no sense of fashion whatsoever. However, he's a bloody good fighter, so stay the hell out of his way. Kill every living thing in the colony. Be sure to leave behind some skull, armor, and weapons. There needs to be evidence readily available should the Empire choose to investigate. Payment will be delivered at the designated meeting point once proof of the task's completion is presented. C. Who do we know that wants the colony to fail and has their name start with C? Who would have the equipment and resources to set up this? I think you all know where we're going. Definitely we're going to murder some people. Now, something to note. After hiring the guard is technically the time when you can get the most money for your stock certificate, which is 12,000 gold pieces. However, this activates a journal entry that does not exist and thus crashes the game. If you're playing with Carnius, after his equivalent of this mission, you get 10,000 gold pieces. However, as I'm doing with Falco, I will only get 9,000 gold pieces. As you may guess what's going to happen with Carnius. Because, you know, the note isn't exactly a subtle hint of what happened. Also, repairing my equipment. As you can see, I did actually get a bit dinged up. We've been had! This wasn't really a skull attack, it was mercenaries dressed up like them to fool us. It's a false flag operation. Actually, a historically accurate thing that sometimes happens. False flags. Pretty useful for inciting hatred and the like, because, you know, it looks like this hated group has attacked us. To war! To arms! Stabby face time! But nope, it's a trick. Because Carnius is a dick. This stinks of Carnius. I think it's time you confront him. Take this note and show him the proof you've got of his involvement. With pleasure. Also, I wish my knuckles had cracked more then, because it would have sounded very dramatic. I even held them up to the microphone and everything. Third time's the charm, it seems. Now, obviously, we're going to be going up against Carnius. He's going to be pretty pissed about the fact that we're accusing him of doing something bad. But yeah. Well, Agent, it's a bit of a surprise to see you. You weren't supposed to survive the skull attack. He doesn't even try and hide that, yeah, he's behind this. No. Yeah. You've ruined everything. Do you realize that? All that work, all the money I spent to get that equipment, get those men here. All of it wasted. And it's all your fault! Now, don't get me wrong. He's an arrogant little shit who only likes money. He's actually pretty decent in a fight. Carries a Stalhrim mace. So he hits pretty hard. He can also take more than a few hits, despite the fact that he isn't wearing any armor. And has quite a few potions on him that he will drink. There we go. Carnius Magnus is dead. As you can see, a Stalhrim mace is a pretty good blunt weapon, but it falls under one specific issue that I have with it. And really with all the Stalhrim weapons. Not the armor, just the weapons. They're stronger than Daedric. Look at that weight. Look at that weight. 65 pounds. I take it you have resolved your problems with Carnius? Ah! So you can get it with 10,000 if you talk to Constans. I had forgotten about that. I'll turn it in happily for 10,000 gold pieces. I could have gotten 2,000 more, but that would have broken the game. And that's bad! But yes, this is in fact the second to last quest of the quest line, and really it's, for all intents and purposes, the final one. There's nothing left to do in the Raven Rock quest line after this, except for building a house. Ooh, sure, ooh. Also, those silver longswords, don't bother with them. They're literally not going to play any more role, ever. They're basically plot items. Carnius is dead? I'm sorry, didn't think it would come to that. I'm not complaining. You've lived through it, though, and Raven Rock will be a better place for it. I wonder why. Now, someone needs to be put in charge. I know I don't want the job. You're next in line for it, so I'll make sure the paperwork goes through. Oh, God! I didn't ask for this! I never asked for this! Why am I an administrator? Why do I have a job? No fair! House Tavani mostly runs itself, as does the Fighters Guild. No fair! No fair! I don't want a job! No fair! Yeah, it was self-defense. I just... Also, if you want to make a lot of money, and you're willing to drag out the 10k gold, or really enough gold to just buy that bloody mace, it's worth the 65 pounds. 45,000 gold bases is nothing to sneeze at. That's about a quarter of my current reserves, I believe. Actually, no, it's closer to 20%. In fact, 45, 240. Less than 20%, more than 25%. Yeah. Somewhere around that area, roughly. Now, all we have to do is wait to kick off this last and very final quest that I think I'll be capping off the episode with. I know this is a bit short, but narratively it's a good place to end it. Also, remember how I said the wall was a bit short and stupid? Well, they expand it. Right now this wall isn't complete, but as you can see they're working on it. Putting it around this side of the village, which I like. Walls are very good for defense, keeping other people out, and keeping your people in. Really, walls are just good things in general from a military perspective. But of course, they'll never come into play for us. Because this came up because the attack happened off screen. It would be interesting if you could get back fast enough and the attack happened on screen and you could help fight it off. And then get the same note, not have to dig through the bloody mine again, but... yeah. I made the bloody mine a bloodier mine and... oh, the wolf and bear have gone. Their corpses vanished. What if that's because of a cell reset or something? Well, whatever. This is also why I wasn't too concerned about being promoted, because you automatically get the maximum rank in the faction at the end of the quest line. Alright, 24 hours. Come on, come on. And another monster. Well, wild animal, really, not monster. You'll find monsters in Morrowind and wild animals in Soul Slime, and the wild animals are generally a tougher fight. But if we look at our stats screen for a bit before taking another night's nap, East Empire Company, Factor. It'll actually say, this is actually a bit buggy as you can see. Next rank, personality 0, willpower 0, favorite skills, speechcraft, mercantile, security, long blade, and medium armor. So yeah, bit glitchy, but meh, it doesn't really affect anything because you're still get called Factor. Odd. Shouldn't it have kicked off by now? Let's rest one more day and then talk to Falco anyway. Well, the wall completed itself! Hello! But this entire side is uncovered wall-wise, but it's almost like the... wait a minute. Was this wall aimed at preventing attacks from Fort Frostmoth? Also, cool detail, the guards will now be in the towers on this wall. Hello! Don't mind me. Well, the tower, really. But it's a nice detail that actually have people watching out. Maybe the wall cuts off here, which doesn't make much sense to me, but I guess it's to make it easier for the player to run in. There's no gate on this wall, though, which is kind of sad. A gate would make it much more viable, but the watchtower is fairly well fortified. I do like there's a nice touch here with that log sticking out to acknowledge that they are bracing the watchtower with logs through the rock to increase the stability of the building if it's under attack. I'm probably a giant dork for knowing that off the top of my head, but hey, I'm okay with being a giant dork. If I was not okay with being a giant dork, I wouldn't really play this game on the internet for people. That's a pretty giant dork-ish thing to do. I'm not sure if that was a yawn or a belch. Now remember these... Now, before we start this, I'm going to show off something. The game doesn't actually tell you about this, but there are now 3 torches in the colony. One is here. And we've passed by the other 2, but I'll point them out, because I really should have done that along the way. One is here. And one is back here. These contribute to the final quest in the quest line of not Blood Moon, in the quest line of Raven Rock. Is there where you can put your house. Alright. Carnius just never got around to doing anything about it. It was clear he never had any intention of staying. This is very true, as you have to assassinate Falco and fake a skull attack on the village if you're playing as Carnius. Which is kind of a dick move. It's now your choice, however. I've put Aldam Berendis in charge of the construction team. You should find him and have him explain the situation to you. Alright, let's go find Aldam Berendis. Are you Aldam Berendis? Well, it's a little complicated, at least it is for me. So I've done as much as I can to make it real easy. See, there's 3 possible locations we can build on. The torches. You need to choose one. So I set up torches at each of the places. You just take me to the torch at the place you want it built at and say the word. Let me know when you're ready to get started and I'll follow you. Now, for aesthetics purely, I don't mind the rocks over here. They make this place look a bit more wildy in comparison to the more built-up area over here with the wall. So I would expect this wall to be fully complete once the colony is fully founded. We actually see this show up a bit later. A lot later. In Dragonborn, actually. Unfortunately, they changed the house style, which I guess could have happened over the time between Blood Moon and Dragonborn, which is quite a while. I'm not sure how long, actually, but that's probably because time in the Elder Scrolls setting is a bit fucked. By a bit fucked, I mean it basically just went on a drunken bender through a loop-de-loop, repeatedly. And then in a TARDIS. Yeah. Follow me! We're going to this one. Because I like this one, because I don't really like how all these trees look. This makes the trees go away. Trees are pretty ugly. Don't get me wrong, trees can look nice, but in this case, I will call them ugly. Yes! It'll take a few days. At least 5. And unfortunately, we cannot get out through this crack, even though it's a really obvious hole to me. Like, I can understand letting these holes in, okay? It's basically giant lumps of stone that are hastily staying up and would logically be carved out better. But, really, guys? I can see a skinny person or a small person squeezing through here dead easy. Sloppy! I do like that the endpoint is these boulders. I'm pretty sure the reason the endpoint is the boulders is to make the devs' lives easier. But Anyway, let's go kill some more wildlife and take a nap. Not necessarily in that order. One day, check. 2 days. Whoa. 2 days? He said it would be 5. Well, I'm not complaining. I put a lot of work into it. I hope you like it. Alright. Let's go turn in our last assignment. For the East Empire Company. A blatant parody of the East India Company, only they're not Titanic cunts. Unless you side with Cardius, in which case they're definitely Titanic cunts. You outrank me, I can't give you assignments. I hope it's to your liking. Alright. Let's explore the estate. Now, it's much larger than my little room in the Fighters Guild, so as much nostalgia as that little place holds for me, as much of that time as I've spent there, in between episodes, I think I'm going to spend some time and take advantage of how this place is absurdly roomy. It also has a Gwarskin drum if you somehow need that at this stage in the game. Frankly, if you're capable of doing the entire Raven Rock questline, I question if you need protection from Corporus beasts. Like, at all. Like, maybe if you're a really squishy nuke build and you've just been killing everything instantly, but don't have enough paralysis spells on hand to hold them down. Also, there's some very minor loot in your home. You can take this because, well, it's your home. You know? Yours. Also, for some reason, there's a hammock down here, but you can't use it. I don't know why that is. I do like the oven, though. That's nice. The sacks will have alchemical ingredients or food, or both, because you can make food. Because I suppose... How did I not realize that alchemical ingredients that are also food is reference to the fact that cooking is literally just chemistry? Very, very tasty chemistry. Okay, everyone. I think we're just going to leave this episode here while I still don't feel like a complete moron. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below or in the threads on space balance and sufficient velocity that will be linked in the description. Next time, we're going to be starting the main quest, but before even that, we'll be going over the many items I have and how I've sorted them in this building. Goodbye!